on the CCC Accessibility Center update. And we do have the recording is going, so I'll go ahead and start moving along here. All right, so we've had a lot of changes in the Accessibility Center in recent months. And first of all, I'd like to introduce our staff. So I'm Dawn Okinaka. I am the director of the Accessibility Center here at the CCC Accessibility Center. We also have Angela Bauckham, who is our project manager, and Sean Jordison, who is our alternate media and assistive technology specialist consultant. We have Damina Stanfield, who is our accessibility subject matter expert consultant. We have Monique Smith, who has recently joined us as our web accessibility subject matter consultant, and Stephanie Hartwell, who has joined us as a new instructional designer. For those of you who are not aware, Liesl Boswell has moved on to another position with the California State University system. So we welcome our new contractors and are excited with all of the new things that we are doing within the Accessibility Center. And there will be more information coming. And so watch the different channels as we will have additional staffing information out in the future. Our overall strategy in the Accessibility Center is still remaining as our office is embracing the CCC vision for success and the Chancellor's Office call for action. And that is including the narrative of how accessibility assists in reaching our overall goals within the California Community College. We are working to bring a voice to the underserved disability groups, and we are bringing disability groups and diversity into the diversity discussion. So we've been working very hard on doing that over the last several months and will continue. Within the CCC Accessibility Center, products that we will be continuing to support are the Pope Tech web scanning tool, the Pope Tech Canvas Instructor Accessibility Guide that goes within the Canvas tool, Equidocs by Onyx, the CCC Document Converter by Census Access, the Oz Player by Accessibility Oz, and coming soon we'll have Shire by Subtitle Horse, which is a captioning product. So some exciting, and we're working on some other products and services that we'll see if they, if we get to talk about them at our next workshop. So we have been working very hard to update our Zoom campus trainings. So we have created a new accessibility basics course. This is a platform agnostic accessibility basics. It's about an hour and a half and covers what we have determined could be covered in an hour and a half accessibility basics course. By creating the accessibility basics course, that has given us the ability to cut our other accessibility courses down. They used to be 3 sessions of 90 minutes each, and we've now managed to cut them down. Our word accessibility course is now a 1 session, 2 hours. And it assumes that the accessibility basics are already underway. So you either have them or you've taken the course, the accessibility basics course. Also, with the prerequisite of the accessibility basics course, we have cut the PDF accessibility training down. And this can be done in a 1 hour format or a 1.5 hour, 2 sessions of an hour and a half each, depending on how far your campus would like to dive into PDF accessibility. All right, moving into some other areas, we are working on cutting down our Canvas series. So they're currently, and refreshing them. So the Canvas accessibility course is in the process of being revised with the assumption of the accessibility basics. We will be refreshing our Pope Tech Canvas Instructor Accessibility Guide Zoom training and our course design toolkit for Canvas Zoom training. So those are trainings that are not quite ready yet, but they're in the pipeline being worked on to be refreshed and or reduced in size. Oops. Another exciting training that is making its debut is we are using a new format, and we are going to be providing Abby Fine Reader training for alternate media specialists. So this is exciting because we're going to be using Zoom as our platform, so you don't have to come to a computer lab. But then in order to be able to play with the Abby Fine Reader product and you do the hands-on portion, we're using the Amazon workstations. So you'll log in to an Amazon workstation to get to do the hands-on portion of the training for Abby Fine Reader. Because of the multi-layer and the hands-on nature of the course, we are keeping them to 10 participants or less, but we're very excited to have those out. So that is now, we have our first one scheduled, and we will be looking to schedule more of those. We also have a variety of self-paced training options. So we have the alternate media production manual, the alternate media workflow strategies for PDF. We have the overview to read and write and speech, text-to-speech tools. We do have the Canvas accessibility, the introduction to alternate media, Microsoft Word accessibility, PDF accessibility, PowerPoint accessibility, and video captioning accessibility. All of these courses are out on our website and available to take at your own pace. As we are making updates to our Zoom courses, we will be providing and making updates to our self-paced courses in addition. And a course that is not on here is we do have a public-facing STEM course that is also available, and it is out there. We will be working on adding activities to it so that it can be taken as an actual course rather than more than a resource. I see in the chat, can you give a quick description to what Shire does? So Shire is a web-based product that is very similar to Amara in terms of it allows for users to go in and self-caption their videos. It allows for sharing of those videos among departments who, once we still have to get everything set up. We're in the process of playing with the code, and we're working in conjunction with Tech Connect on a, we're working in partnership with them on it. It does, one of the exciting things that we liked about it is it captions not just in English, but any language that reads left to right or right to left is supported by this product for captioning. So it's very exciting for several of our foreign language courses. And if one of the people from the CCC Accessibility Center could drop the link to our self-paced courses in the chat, that would be great. So the description of the non-English languages was related to the new product Shire that will be out to the community within hopefully the near future. So we are working on that. Some other things that I would like to call attention to is we have several listservs that we have been putting information out and would like to continue to use within our community. We have a web accessibility listserv, our CCC Accessibility Center listserv, which is renamed. It used to be an IT access listserv and was getting confused with other national IT access listservs. And we have our alternate media listserv. A couple of other things that I'd like to mention that I didn't make slides for is we're very excited to be starting a California Community College community of practice for accessibility. And so we are inviting all of the colleges to participate. So please look for information out on the listservs very soon. You can also send us an email to CCC or to accessibility@ccctechcenter.org if you have interest. We're looking to get as wide a participation on that as possible. And we are going to be using that group for a few different areas, starting with helping to provide some, at the request of the Chancellor's Office, some better guidance for determining captioning decisions. So when to self-caption, when to go for professional captioning. And so we're going to look to that group for feedback to help us create some guidance that will work regardless of where your campus is located or the size of your campus. The other item I would like to put out for this group is that we will be doing a survey in the near future. And as part of that survey, we are looking to see what products and services are being used across the campuses. And so that's going to be for a few reasons. One, we are going to be working on creating a resource guide for campuses, but then also we're looking for areas where it makes sense to try and do larger contracts or to create regional contracts to try and help get better pricing. So we're looking at it from a few different angles and determining, are there services out there that make sense for the Chancellor's Office to try and have the Chancellor's Office support for a variety of reasons. So please, the survey is going to go out to DSPS offices, IT offices, our listservs. So we're going to try and get it out to a variety of different areas. So those are a few of the things that we have going on within our area. And I have seen many URLs flying through. Did I miss any questions? Any other questions?
Dawn, I get asked frequently about that new accessibility basics course. I have been asked again and again, Angela, who is that course designed for? Who would benefit by taking that course? And Dawn, I think we have Damina on here who can answer that the best, although I have my opinion.
Everyone.
That's right. Because what is beautiful about that training, first off, it's one session of 90 minutes. Second off is it's great for faculty, right? Because they're producing curriculum and content for the students, which obviously we've got to make sure is accessible. But also we can't forget about staff when it comes to personnel systems, performance evaluations, benefits, enrollment systems, and documents and forms and all of these things. We want our employees and staff to have an equitable experience as well. So I think when I answer that question, I second Damina, and that is everyone, both staff and faculty and administration, because it's the basics of what everyone should know now.
Yeah, it'll cover everything from, it'll apply just as much to facilities as it will to academia. So across the board.
Exactly. And you know what? The second question I get has already been answered in the chat. How convenient is that, everyone? So if you are looking to provide that one session of 90-minute training of accessibility basics to your teams at the colleges, you go on our website, there's a trainings link, and you just request that training. And I personally will get that request and set that up with you, and we'll get her done. And you are welcome, Celeste.
Okay. Dell, you asked, will there be time for general questions? What are your more general questions?
An example would be, do all videos have to be closed caption? And where is there documentation to support that some videos don't need to be captioned? For example, I've heard that videos that aren't going to be used repeatedly, meaning like, let's say an instructor is teaching a course and they post a video announcement in their course that is unique to the specific course for one-time use, they don't have to be captioned. That would be an example of the kind of questions.
Yes, and that goes to the guidance that we were talking about. So there is what does the law say, it says, and then there's the reality when the rubber hits the road. So one of the things that we are working on in the Accessibility Center, and we're encouraging participation for our new community of practice, is to help create that guideline for campuses to be able to adopt or adapt. We will be making suggestions and suggestions that make sense within the boundaries of the law to try and strike that balance. So I know that that's not the answer you were hoping for right now, but that is what we can provide right this moment. Moving on, can we request multiple trainings? You can request as many trainings as you would like. Angela will work with you to help balance the requests versus our staffing availability. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and let everybody go to lunch. I'll hang on for a few minutes because I do see there's some more things coming into the chat. But we'll go ahead and let everybody go to lunch, and we will be coming back from lunch at